everyone. This is Eric Richards again, President and CEO of Cancer Support Community Indiana, here again for Eric's interviews, another 25th anniversary edition. Have an incredibly special guest with us today, Ms. Emma Stumpf, creator of Emma's Art Kits. Hi, Emma. How are you today?
Good, and you?
I'm doing really well, really well. What's new with you and exciting?
Well, I just got a job at Community South Hospital.
Oh, great. That's fantastic. And then I heard you have a new friend too.
I do. I just got a service dog.
Okay. What's your service dog's name?
His name is Simplify, but he goes by Five for short.
Oh, that's great. Well, for those who don't know, Emma is a very special partner of Cancer Support Communities, and brings a lot of joy to children across the United States, thousands of children each year across the United States through her Emma's Art Kit program. But before we talk about the art kits, Emma, why don't you tell folks who are watching this right now a little bit about yourself and your story? You have a really special story and how the Art Kit program came about, but tell us a little bit about your life and your story.
So when I was 7, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And then I did 70 weeks of chemotherapy, 6 weeks of radiation, and I've had over a dozen surgeries on my brain.
So what do you think the biggest lesson you learned has been, in your opinion, over this time, and what you've learned about yourself and others?
To stay strong and know things are going to be on the bright side for most of the part.
Yeah, and what have you learned about other people you've interacted with since you were 7? So over a decade now.
That everyone is super caring at the hospital, and they are all very kind and trying to help you as much as they can.
Yeah, they are. And thank you for what can you share a story that you can remember, maybe your time at Riley, that you were made to feel really special and you felt really good. In those times you were feeling really bad, obviously, when you were getting treatment, but were there times when you did feel good? What do you remember, any moments that might have happened that you would share?
So I always loved the art therapists when they would come and see me. And like they'd bring me crafts, and it made me feel so good, like to be able to create something and relieve all my stress and everything.
So what's your favorite medium, your art? Do you like watercoloring? Do you like crafting? Do you like sculpting? What's your favorite?
I would probably have to say either painting or like crafting, like sewing and stuff like that.
Sewing? Okay. What kind of things do you like to sew?
I've made like I've made a pin cushion before. I've made like some little pajama pants I wear.
Okay. And what do you like to paint?
I love splatter painting, so
Okay.
just kind of anything with that.
Any color specific or just any color?
Mostly bright colors.
So we have a really neat room here. There's a sign on the outside, and you came up with a really cool logo for your Emma's Art Kit program. Do you remember what inspired you? It's really bright color, so I have a feeling that has to do with your inspiration. But was that kind of the reason why you came up with the logo that you did?
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. So bright colors lead to happiness.
So I don't know if you know this, but we've sent out nearly 10,000 art kits with that logo on it since we've been partnered with you. So let's transition into that. So tell folks watching a little bit about how you came up with Emma's Art Kits, and what happened to make you do this, and tell us a little bit about I'll ask you some other questions too, but just tell us about kind of how it came to be.
So when I was in the hospital, I wasn't always able to go down to like the art room, or the art therapist wasn't always able to come to my room like when I was bored. So I wanted people in the hospital or just anywhere to be able to have something to do at all times when they weren't doing something or when they were bored. So I came up with Emma's art kits, which they're kits with different art supplies in them. So we have like drawing, coloring, painting. You could pick any. That way they're able to do something while they're in their room at all times.
And so it started at Riley, right?
Yes.
Sort of where you started, you and your art teacher at the time kind of created the program, and it started at Riley. But then what happened with a big award that you got? Can you share that?
So then the Jefferson Award, or Jefferson Awards heard about it, and I won that. And then you guys heard about it, and then you guys have been able to help me take it worldwide.
And so with the award, one of the things that what they did with the award, and correct me if I'm wrong, is they helped you really get word out about your program, and then get it in the hands of pediatric hospitals in some states outside of Indiana, and hospitals outside of Riley, and here locally. And that's when we met you through a board member, as a matter of fact, who introduced us to the Jefferson Awards folks, and then introduced obviously you, and I guess the rest is history, as they say. And we've really been able to I was just mentioning before we got on here that today we sent kits to Long Beach, California, and Sacramento, California, to children's hospitals out there. So, you've really expanded, from Indianapolis, Indiana, to points all over. And we have this really cool map here at the building that has push pins in it that to signify all the different locales and communities in which Emma's art kits are in. And we're getting close to the 40 state mark, which is amazing. And I know, Emma, your goal is all 50 states. And we're gonna get you there before you know it.
Well, thank you.
Before you know it, we'll get there. And then you inspired us to also create adult kits.
Yes.
So talk about that a minute. Did kids were always sort of your focus, but why did you want to do adult kits?
Yeah, there's also adults in the hospital who will be sitting there a long time, bored or whatever, or sad or depressed, and they need something to be able to express themselves with as well. So I thought, why not help adults as well?
That's right. And that you've helped a lot of adults through the adult Emma's Art Kit program. And we're able to work with some of our our historic partners here in central Indiana and in the state of Indiana to get art kits to more than just kids. So now anyone can get one of Emma's art kits, which is incredible. Do you have a favorite story of maybe someone who's received one of your art kits, or that you interacted with in the hospital when you delivered art kits back in the day? Do you remember any stories or any interactions with people?
I will have to say, I think it was me and Faith who went up and got to interact with some of the patients. There's a little girl that I was doing a craft with one time, and she had, I think it's like glitter or something all over from like dumping it, and had the paint everywhere. I mean, it's hilarious.
So she had a good time. So not only was she making a really great piece of art, I'm sure she was making a mess and having a lot of fun with it too. So you've really taken people's minds off of a really serious thing going on with them in their lives, and they probably don't feel very good, right? And really you have created joy for thousands of kids. When I say that out loud, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very honored and like blessed that I've gotten to help as many people as I have.
Because we get to see maybe not as much reaction, but we get letters and notes back from nurses, from parents, from kids, about how thankful they are to have received an Emma's Art Kit and how it's really brightened their day. And you've got to feel just amazing about that. And I can't tell you, Emma, how honored we are to help you, get closer to meeting your vision of getting, into all 50 states and getting as many kits out there as possible. It's just amazing. And you mentioned a minute ago, if someone were interested in getting an Emma's Art Kit. So say if I had a painting art kit, what would it be inside that painting kit?
So you would have the paints, the brushes, either like a canvas or the paper. Usually we have like a palette in there for you. Just about everything you would need.
It sounds like it. And is there a cost for the kits?
No cost.
No cost, right? And so we Cancer Support Community is able to do that through the generosity of the community and through donations. And we have some incredible long-term and new partners. The other thing too, Emma, I think we should mention here is how do people get involved? And I think, one of the things that we've been doing and had a lot of success with is, and you've come to some of these to meet the people that are doing it, is having these art packing kit day, art kit packing days where maybe businesses are collecting the art supplies that are needed for Emma's Art Kits and having a day, maybe a lunch hour, maybe a weekend, maybe during the workday, where they just create assembly lines and they put kits together. We've had, businesses, we've had Little League teams, we've had schools, we've had Girl Scout troops and Brownie troops. I mean, really, it's been amazing, hasn't it, Emma? The kind of groups, and I think you're one of your groups that you were involved with have done that when you were, I know when you were in school.
Yeah, we've had a couple of school groups do it,
and et cetera. So you're probably our most famous, our most famous participant and person that we've ever worked with. And I know that you've had a chance to meet some really cool people in your life. And do you want to share who was the coolest person you got to meet?
Ooh, that's hard. Because there was Whoopi, there was I've gotten to meet Peyton Manning. What was the one guy off of Chicago Fire or whatever? I don't know. I feel bad. I can't think of his name.
Well, that's so cool.
There's a couple others, but
so your story is reaching people that you see on TV every day, are iconic characters from movie and TV screens. It's just amazing, Emma, and you know how much you inspire us, and we're just grateful that you continue to trust us with your vision and your Emma's Art Kit program, and we're just honored beyond what I can tell you right now to be able to continue to manage and direct the program with your creative direction for sure. And I know that we've had a little bit of a pause because of the pandemic with some things, and but we are, like I mentioned, we just sent kits to California, and we're starting to really pick back up again as these hospitals are being opening back up to outside individuals and groups and et cetera, that kind of thing. So one last question for you. What is your, when you think about the impact of Emma's Art Kits, what's one thing you want people to know?
That it helps so many people, and that I would love to see it continue to help so many kids and adults in all these hospitals.
That's fantastic. Folks, if you want to get involved with Emma's Art Kits, you can visit cancersupportindy.org or give us a call at 317-257-1505 for more information. Visit the website, the aforementioned cancersupportindy.org. There's a whole section of the website on Emma's Art Kits, including how to get involved, but then also the types of supplies that we're looking for. Some of our hospital partners have very specific needs with regard to what can go in the kits. So if you are interested and you're watching this, please take a look at our website and check out what we do need for the kits. And we would love to have as many of you possible get behind Emma, her story, and as you can tell, how amazing this young woman is, and the impact and the effect that she's had on tens of thousands of kids and now adults across the US and the world. Again, Emma, thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for joining us again. And I really look forward to seeing you again in person sometime very soon.
Yes, same to you.
Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in to Eric's Interviews 25th Anniversary Edition with our guest, Emma Stumpf.